Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Hugo Strange, and this is the commentary for Persons Unknown, the review, the conclusion here, sort of the end of season 2, as it were. I gotta admit, I'm not exactly thrilled as to how this turned out, for a number of reasons. One of which I'll get into later on, but for the most part, just a lot of the things going on behind the scenes of it. For those of you who don't know, I'm really kind of an army of one over here. It's just me, and on occasion I get my brother, and he'll come in later on, as we'll see. But for the most part, it's just me. So I really hate having to be kind of like a lazy filmmaker with the shot reverse shot that's going on here. Well, not shot reverse shot, but just shot and, shot and shot here, and that's just me in the Dayabolo's costume. Just it works that way because Dayabolo's is a fully costumed figure, so I mean it could very well as not be me, but it's just I'd really rather just have have it like that instead of having to use a masking tool and have me facing me when that's going to happen later on when I have no choice. But for a character like Dayabolos, I would rather just have it like that, and when we're just talking. And that's the unfortunate thing, is there's a lot of talking in this, a lot of exposition, but not a lot of fighting. And I wanted to do some real fights, but again, not having anyone to fight with you kind of makes that difficult to do. So, yeah, so I just got stuck with that, and, yeah. This is all weird. This was actually shot in the morning. This is my basement, obviously, but, yeah, it's the basement. And I kind of use that as a Dayabolos' lair, and I have, like, the blue night filter, over the, on the screen there, just to, like, give it this otherworldly, dark dimension type of look to it. I don't know if that works or not. I'll just have to ask everybody else if it does. But yeah. So here's Dayabolos basically explaining who he is and what he is and all that jazz. And I really kind of thought it was funny to have this guy be like the physical embodiment of like everything that is wrong with movies and just like the film industry in and of itself. I don't know if that was a cool reveal or anything, but I just thought that would be cool because one of the things that I wanted to tie this into is the best of the worst, the fact that I willingly review bad movies, and watching movies that are constantly bad kind of takes a psychological toll on you, sort of, in a sense where you kind of can't stop but to look at everything with a critical eye. And Dayabolos is kind of that, the physical expression of that, the physical expression of like plot convenience and all these things. And even I pointed out in the storyline is that his own plan doesn't make sense, because he is everything that's wrong with the film industry, and a lot of things that's wrong with the film industry is having not well thought out plans. And I don't know if the irony kind of fit there, but at least to me, because I think I was a little bit more trying to be clever writing this than I was with the actual execution of that. But I hope that that message got across there, because there's a lot of things in here that are lining up for season 3, which I'm hoping to get started fairly soon, if I'm not already starting it by the time this commentary comes out. But like the book, which has been shown in previous aspects of the storyline, and about the end and the weapon and things of that nature, which we'll get into later. And this is the scene where I just wasn't exactly thrilled with myself. With I like the fact that the Voltron music is there. I wanted to use the Voltron I wanted to use the Voltron music for a long time now, and just being able to do that, because to me it's a very heroic theme, the Voltron music. So I wanted to use that, and I was glad to do that. And coming up here, we'll have For the Big Time kind of make his cameo there. He was actually supposed to have a bigger role, but I'll elaborate on that later on. This, I felt a little rushed on. Excuse me. I felt a little rushed on because I was going to have a little bit more moments where the Don was like, hey, we found Yugo, and kind of build that more into the storyline that I was sort of prepared to be kidnapped, as it were. Not exactly like kidnapped, but you know, just prepared to be, you know, kind of out of sorts lately. Because when Ghostface disappeared, you know, we had the residue of an alternate universe there, so I became aware of that. And now that I made the here's For the Big Time, and this is a really cool scene here. Just the Dark Troll Lord just kind of telling Dayabolos he sucks balls and this, that, and the other thing. Yeah, so I really like having the Dark Troll Lord there, because For the Big Time, for those of you who don't know, for those of you not subscribed to his YouTube channel, he has the Dark Troll Lord, which is kind of this power force of evil kind of dude there. He's a troll, and he just says a lot of like evil things. He's kind of like a parody of Emperor Palpatine. I don't know if that's what For the Big Time was going for, but that's kind of who he is to me. He's just like evil for the sake of evil, and he gets so much enjoyment out of it. And I really wanted to use that character, so he's sort of like my my Dr. Insano, as it were. For those of you who know about the Spoonie one and all that jazz, that's who he would be. So here's me giving more exposition, and yeah, not too thrilled about that. Excuse me. I just got up. I'm recording this in the morning, so yeah. So here's the Don. Going through some things, and this is just I felt like I really half-assed this, because this is actually at night when I'm shooting this scene right here. You know, I didn't shoot all of this at one day. This is actually, I'm shooting this at night. I think it was like 6 o'clock in the morning when I shot this. And there's me. So the teleportation effect there, which I actually rather enjoy. The teleportation effect. Then Dayabolos gets pulled out of the dimension as well. And then here comes the fight scene. Wait for it. Here's my brother. When we both get teleported to my living room. And there's my brother there. And he was a real sport about this. And this was actually recorded in 4 in the morning. There's the little laser gun special effect there. I like that. There's the Don with the Colt. Yeah. So all of this, every last bit of this was shot at 4 in the morning here. And, yeah. And then the fight is over. And I just don't... This is me right here. This is me. Because you can tell there's light in the windows there. I do the gunshot, and then the Power Rangers ending. And you can see the window over there, and it's nighttime, and then the cheesy explosion. Yeah, I felt really half-assed there, and I really wanted the fight to be bigger and badder. Here's a bootleg effect here. And you can see the masking there with the door and whatnot. But that's me working the masking tool. But yeah, I really wanted that fight to be bigger and badder, with a little bit more dynamic movement. But the problem was, it was 4 o'clock in the morning, you know, and yeah, I just really didn't want to like get all of that, you know, get all of that dynamic movement going on, because my mom's schedule is different. She was going to be home at like 6, so we had like a very short time to shoot all that. And my brother doesn't have the most lenient schedule, so I had to get all of that shot at 4 o'clock in the morning. And it just went from, I think, 4 to like 5:45 of just recording all of that, including the intro. For the Persons Unknown review, the intro scene, that was all shot at the same day as this. So there's the Don taking off and whatnot and getting ready to go. And I like scenes like this, the moments, the shot, reverse shot again, of just me talking to the Don. And if I had more time, I'd probably do a few more dynamic things with it, but it's just I couldn't. So I wanted that fight to be a hell of a lot bigger, but it just didn't work out. So yeah, that's probably where I'm probably the most unsatisfied with this. But overall, I think I told a pretty good story and a pretty good lead in to season 2, as we'll see here with the ending with the Observer. Yeah, so yeah. Just a lot of things that I could have done, that I wanted to do with this, that just didn't work out, that I'm hoping to do in season 2. I mean in season 3, but it's just there's not a lot you can do when it's just you, and I'm hoping to like change that and get a couple of people to work with me on this thing. So yeah, it's just a lot of things that that are outside of my control, and I have to kind of make do with what I got, and I think I did the best job that I could. But season 3, I guarantee will be, if I can get done what I plan on doing with season 3, it's gonna be very, very cool. And yeah, here's the closing scene with the Observer here. Just kind of hinting for season 3 is the fact that Persons Unknown was actually not the weapon. It's just kind of the precursor to the weapon, and the real thing with this is trying to prevent the end there. And at the end of this clip, you'll see that Ogu is still alive and he's still around. So I kind of want to keep Ogu around because he's probably the cheapest villain that I can do without like having to buy props for. It's just me without my glasses and a voice filter. And, well, just changing the pitch of my voice, which I think is really cool. And I think he's kind of more of a nuisance, as it were. As if Diabolos is like the master villain, Ogu's kind of like this constant bad guy who's behind the scenes messing things up. And, yeah, so there we go. There's the end. Hoping that season 3 will be a lot better, but one can only hope. Hope you guys enjoyed this. And that'll do it for me. I'm out. I'll see you guys at season 3. Peace.